28 wins, 5 draws, no losses, and this is the Vardar under 18 squad. We've dominated this league, which means my youth are doing really, really well against the youth in the league, which I think bodes well for our future. As you can see, we got Oleski with 14 goals and 8.41 rating and 12 assists. And this is a guy who's also gotten some first league starts as well. He is the right winger of the future. The more I compare, he is the right winger of the future. He's gotten a couple of league starts this year already. As you can see, between him and Ristov, he's better. If we compare him real quick. So he's injury prone. He's better physically, but Oleski is just better overall. And he's 2 years younger. So, you know, it's one of those cases where if I had Ristov and I didn't have Ilyeski, I would play Ristov. That's not a problem. Thing is, I'm going to start Ristov next season, or Ilyeski next season, and Ristov's going to be on the bench unless I move him, which is a possibility. This is that time to save where a lot of the youth players that have come in over the years are going to start taking over starting positions. But we're going to talk about that after the game here. I do want to get to the main squad. We clinched the league hands down. We ran away with it. We're currently undefeated as well. 23 wins, 9 draws, 78 points. Murati and Vardar each have 16 goals, a Boz 7.54 rating, and 18 assists, and 9 players in the match. And Anovsky continues his yellow card quest, and Ilevsky has the 1 red card. So, since we last played, and I'll be 100% honest with you, I don't remember when that was. Rabbit Nikki Pobeda? Rabbit Nikki Academica? It was Academica. We've won almost all of our games, some of the convincing fashion. Against Tikves and Bregalnica, we stumbled a little bit. We drew with Tikves. And that's despite being a man up for half the game. And against Bregalnica, they were literally 2 men down. Well, okay, one guy went off in the 94th minute, but they were a man down for 15 minutes of the match. We couldn't put it past them either. But, you know, really nice wins like 5-1 against Balasica, 3-1 against Renova, 3-2 against Scoopy. This was a really good match. They came back and almost clawed the draw back. But we're going to finish up with a match against Scandisia in a derby. Last game we played at home, we had 18,000 fans. It's the first time we've had 18,000 fans for a home game, for a home league game, I should say. Actually, what I want to do real quick is check out the Europa League and see where everybody is there. So it looks like it's Wolves playing Real Hispalis in the final. So where did Wolfsburg bow out? Second knockout round? They got trounced by Grasshoppers. And then who else was in our group? It was Wolves and Kukurichi. And they got beat by Utrecht. So this is the team we're starting against Scandisia today. It's going to be Kasevsky in goal, Alazi, Vaj, and Barty, and Jeklov is the defensive back 4. Andonovsky is the ball-winning midfielder behind Murati and Tasevsky. Abaz and Ameri, the attacking mids. Vadic is up top as the striker. I'll check a couple things here real quick. Now, normally last game of the season, if we've already clinched, I play the youngsters just to get them some playing time and, you know, hey, here's some first-team experience. But with the fact we've got an invincible season on the line, I'm going with the best available players I have. So one of the things I have been looking at is who is probably going to be moving on at the end of this season. Kasevsky, I'm pretty sure, is going to move on. A lot of it's going to come down to who's going to be the starters next season and who is going to be the backups. I also need to get better about working in my U18 players on the bench in for some game time, 15, 20 minutes a game, so they at least get a rating. Almerovic. Mirslavsky, back to Almerovic, to Hadzvieski. He gets it to Diaz, and he hits the post. Vaj knocks it away. Andonovsky bombs it forward. Vadic isn't winning that header. However, it ends up at Abaz's feet and highlight ends. That's annoying. I have noticed since I changed the game's graphics, my videos also look better too. Jankelov to Ameri. Jankelov to Barty. Barty at Vaj. Vaj sends it all the way back. It's an interesting play. Okay. Barty to Vaj. Andonovsky. Out to Murati. Maradi to Abaz. Feeds Vardar. Gets by the defender. Dinks the keeper and scores. Nice. His 17th goal of the season. I don't know that I'm going to be able to keep him. There's two things going on. There's two things at play here. One is I'm almost positive he's topped out. He's not going to get any better. The only way for him to go is down. And that's due to, if I was to look at his training, which I can't at the moment because I'm playing the game and I don't have the spreadsheet loaded, you would notice he hasn't improved the past year. And when I say hasn't improved, I don't mean hasn't improved in the areas I want him to improve in. I mean he hasn't improved at all. And that to me is a sign that he has pretty much reached his potential ability. And if he is going to go up, it's going to be in areas that aren't primary to his skill set as a poacher. You know, his concentration may go up 1. His determination may go up 1. His long throws could go up 1, sort of thing. But, oh, nice move by Vejtulai. Okay, we're going to go with that. Oh, the defender came off of me. He just absolutely exploited. Nobody Gusevsky was stopping that. Gusevsky will be moving on because he has started to fall off. And I've given Grozdanovsky more starts this season. Oh, Barty hits the crossbar. That would have been a nice comeback. Oh, they're saying he was offsides. Well, it's 1-0 going into the half. 2 shots, 1 on target for us, 8 and 4 for Scandija. They're trying really hard to break up this clean sheet. And to be 100% honest with you, if we were to lose this game... Yeah. For the moment, we're going to take Vardar off and bring on Elizi, but since I'm here, I figured I'd show this. For the moment, Elizi would be the starter for next season. And there's a drop-off in the attacking ability, but there's areas where Elizi is slightly better. Aerially, speed-wise, they're equal technically. The difference is Elizi's 21 years old, which means he has at most 2 years left to improve. And I don't know that I have a younger striker that I'm willing to come on and grow with the squad. So, but Elizi's capable. I think the more I think about it, if I do play him next year, he'll be the bridge between Vardar and whoever comes next. Abaz to Alazi, Ananovsky to Sevsky. Abaz, oh, and he skies it right. A couple subs on here. Could bring Adam on for Andonovsky. We'll do the rest on. Abaz is at 55%, but he's one of the better players on the field. I don't want to pull him off. And frankly, if we end up in a draw, I'm okay with that. I just said that out loud with time left in the game. And we draw. An invincible season for us. I don't know that we deserved to draw that game, to be honest with you. If this wasn't the last day of the season, I would have them in for training tomorrow. Seriously, I would. And hands down. But we win the league, 14 points ahead of second place. With the press conference here, see what happened to Vardar, out 4 to 5 weeks. Well, there's a good time to get injured. Now would be then. Okay. Incorrect grammar aside, now is a good time to get injured because there's no games. I'm going to take a look at the squad here, look at the future, and start working on it. So the guys in orange are the players who were loaned out. And some of them actually had some pretty decent seasons. Vardar in 30-something starts had 17 goals, 4 assists, 4 players of the match. Andonovsky, for all the yellow cards, is a solid defensive mid. 35 stars, 4 off the bench, 3 goals, 4 assists, 5 players of the match. Abaz almost had 20 assists this season. That's absolutely insane. 7 goals, 9 players of the match. Maradi, 16 goals, 3 assists, 5 players of the match. Bozanovsky had 8 goals, all of them off set pieces. The 1 assist, 3 players of the match. Let's see. Omeri, 11 goals, 7 assists, 3 players of the match. Selyevsky had a good loan spell. Rustamovsky had a good loan spell. If I sort by goals, Vardar and Maradi, we had 17, 16. Mary had 11. Elizi had 9 as mostly a sub, but he got some nice starts. Assist-wise, Abaz was the guy. He's 4.5-star current, 4.5-star potential. So he'll be key of the team next year, 28 years old. He probably has maybe 2 or 3 good seasons left. The issue is finding the player who is going to come in and be his reliable backup. For the moment, it's Besar Gajufi. But Gajufi is also 21 years old, and he started slowing down in his improvement as well. And I don't know that he is going to be that particular guy. The one player I am interested in is Skandari. But I don't know. He's just so low in so many other areas. It's one of those cases where he could be a good winger, but he's not going to be Emil Abaz good. The other one would be Scandija, who just came in. I've got him rated as a B. But that's relative to our squad. And our squad, I would suspect, if you were to look at like all my good players, they're probably mid 80s to mid 100s, like 105, 107 sort of thing. And one of them, Vardar could be like a 110, 115. Abaz could probably be like a 110, 115. I think anything above, honestly, I think anything above a 115 would be pushing it. I think some of them have potential to go beyond that, but whether or not they reach it, or more importantly, reach it while they're here, is really up in the air. Tasevsky's already 4-star, 3.5-star, 5-star potential. I think he could be one of the first players we had come through to reach 5-star potential, to reach 5-star ability here. I mean, he's already 18 years old. He's improving by leaps and bounds. So next season's going to be getting the youngsters some playing time and figuring out who is what. It could be maybe a Mary moves over to the left. See, they say Stoyanov, but he's already 21. It's possible. It's possible. I guess the way it's looking now, it's going to be Abaz and Stoyanov. Abaz and Stoyanov. On the right side, it'll be a Mary and Ilievsky. And probably Ilievsky more often than not, seeing as how Ameri is also 26 years old. So the other thing I did want to point out was if we go position, Grozdanowski, 17 starts, a 7.19 rating. He had a very good half season worth of starts for us. 10 clean sheets, 3 saves tipped. What's this here? Saves parried, saves held. He only allowed 7 goals. Our defense really picked it up this season. I think if we go Vardar, First League, and team overview. Yeah. So we were second in goals. It used to be a goals allowed thing, but I'm not quite sure I'm seeing it. Games without losing. I don't spend a lot of time on that, but it shows. So now comes the off season. One of the things I was able to do, especially in the January transfer window, was improve the quality of the coaching team a little bit. Still got some coaches that, frankly, I don't know that I would encourage them moving along, but I think we might be able to pick up better. But again, we fall in that trap where good coaches don't want to come here because we can't pay them. Now, on the plus side, the board did agree to improve the training facilities, and that was $4.3 million. The other thing I'm wondering about, it says our transfer budget is $867,000, our payroll is $52,000, which is quite a chunk of money. So if there is a Macedonian player out there that I could try and bring on, I would. The one guy who is interesting to me is, I've looked at him before. As soon as this goes by, we'll take a look at him. I'll go through the preview here first. We won the first league. Our average home attendance is up above 8,000. I'm liking that. As long as that keeps growing, I'll be happy. Biggest win was the 5-1 against Balasica. The match to remember was the Euro Cup 2 match against Toyota, 2-1. Broadcast revenue was down again. Well, that's because we didn't go as far as we did last season was just a dream season in terms of of how far we got. Now, and the vast majority of that was Europa League money. Corporate and hospitality was down. Competition prize money was down. A lot of that's due to last season. Best 11, no surprises there, really. Advanced player of the season was a Boz. Young player of the season, Ananovsky. I can see that. Ananovsky was a solid defensive mid. Signing of the season, Stankovsky. Murati goal of the season. Vardar, 17 goals. A Boz, 19 assists. And 9 players of the match. And the 7.5 rating. Murray had 3 goals in a match. A Boz set the league record for assists. The question is, am I going to get any job offers this offseason? I haven't gotten any in a while. Season team meeting. Okay, this is going to be interesting. We're going to retain the title. Told me we wanted to be competitive in the Europa game, in the cup games. We're going to stay home for the training, for the off-season training, staff meeting, and request the summary. So, as I mentioned, then you see Barty signing a new contract. Next season is going to be a transitional one. If I can find a player like an Ameri, if I can find a player like an Abaz, like an Ameri, like a Murati, who's going to come in and help us, even if it means setting aside a youngster for a while, I will do that, because we wouldn't be where we were if we didn't have Ameri and Abaz, to be honest with you. And Ananovsky, as much as I like him, as good a player as he is, he needs to cut down on the yellow cards. So, if I find a defensive mid out there who is as good as or better than he is, maybe I bring him on. Now, the question is, do I have somebody on the bench? Now, they're saying Tasevsky, but Tasevsky's going to be the midfielder next season. Age-wise, Jovan Nemanchik, possibly. Maybe not. Some of those attributes that are just, they're low. Who else? Vaj probably is who I would make Ananovsky's replacement. So if I compare him and Ananovsky, Vaj is better defending. They're equal mentally and physically. He's a slightly better attacker at that position. That really doesn't matter if we look at the attributes. They're close. Bosch has a better composure, better concentration, better positioning, better teamwork. Ananovsky's better physically and slightly better in most of the roles. So, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a transitional season next season. But this season was really, really good. Going undefeated was nice. Let me double check something here real quick. Qualified for the Champions Cup first path qualifying round, which is Chelsea playing Liverpool this year. First qualifying round. Budagnos, Pagon, Breidablik, yeah, Vardar. It's the same place we started last season. So we beat Valanza and then ran into Gardens. Ran into RB Salzburg. So there's some really good teams playing at this level. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Homegrown talent is going to lead the way. So a solid season for us. I'm wondering what the offseason is going to bring. And as soon as I sign this off, we're going to work on that. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So, hope you are too. If you do like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM22, and thank you for watching.